Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Marwan Tomodachi coming at you one more game. Got Stickman playing in the background. Got Texas Tech just about to set it off against Michigan State in the NCAA Final Four. But of course, I wanted to come at you one more time to give you an idea of what I meant in my last video. You know, I spoke earlier about how Eric Holder, who has been accused of killing Nipsey Hussle, and the man who Chris Darden is now representing is said to be the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle. What I mentioned was because many people see of him as an informant, because many people in fact see that guy that Chris Darden is representing, they see him as the murderer of Nipsey Hussle also. I wanted to give you an idea of how people actually handle informants by reading this article from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution dated April 3rd, 2019. The title of this is 5 Convicted of Murdering Police Witness Stashing Body at MARTA Station. This article is written by Shadi Abu Said. 5 men were convicted of torturing and killing a police informant in the fall of 2016 before leaving his body in the trunk of a car parked at an Atlanta MARTA station. Christopher Lockett, age 30, Xavier Gibson, age 23, Quatez Clark, age 21, Joshua Rooks, 27, and Jasper Green, 27, were convicted Monday of murder, participating in criminal street gang activity, and other felony charges, the Fulton County District Attorney said. The men, who were members of the Gangsta Disciples street gang, killed 33-year-old Christopher Dean at an Atlanta home after discovering that he was once a police witness in California, authorities said. Investigators said Dean was tortured, sodomized, and shot twice in the back of the head before his body was stuffed into the trunk of a Toyota Camry and left at the H.E. Holmes MARTA station in Atlanta. Prosecutors said Lockett lured Dean to a home he shared with his brother on Sandy Creek Drive in October 2016, under the guise that he was there for a drug transaction. Several men then attacked Dean, beating him with a 2x4 and a crowbar for more than an hour in an effort to show other gang members that working as a police witness would not be tolerated, the DA's office said. Investigators also said Dean was sodomized with a handle-like object and that seminal fluid was discovered inside his rectal cavity. Oh no, let me read that again. Investigators also said Dean was sodomized with a handle-like object and that seminal fluid was discovered inside his rectal cavity. Rooks then drove from the scene to pick up 2 men, Green and Lamar Alman, who he paid to clean up the murder scene and dispose of Dean's body, prosecutors said. After witnessing the gruesome condition of the body, however, the men decided instead to leave Dean's body in the trunk of Lockett's car at the MARTA station. In my opinion, this murder, with its torture, which included a brutal beating, sodomy with a wooden or metal object, penile sodomy by one or all of the defendants, shooting of the victim to the back of the head, and the partial decomposition of the body represents the most horrific death in our county in recent history, DA Paul Howard said in a statement. Lockett, Gibson, Clark, Rooks, and Green will be sentenced on April 19th. Alman and Gibson's brother, Orlando, have not gone to trial. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how deep it can go. Once you are seen as an informant, once you are seen as someone who has cooperated with the police and you're involved in gang activity, you may just in fact be kidnapped, tortured, and before you're murdered, people may sodomize you with a rusted thing and they all may have sex with you in your behind. And you'll die in that fashion. This is sick, ladies and gentlemen. More of a reason, I guess, for Eric Holder to be glad he is in custody, solitary confinement, whatever, as opposed to being out in the street where we all know he would die. But I just wanted to bring this to you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for listening. Whatever you do, don't be an informant. You never know what your fate would entail. Thank you all for listening.